Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a 2014 Ford Fusion. It has a 2-liter EcoBoost engine in it, and this one has 125,000 miles and some change on the odometer. And it's in here today to replace the AC belt. Now the AC belt on this vehicle is a stretch belt. That's why I'm making this video. I want to show everyone that you don't need fancy tools or stretch belt tools to be able to do this job, and you can do it with tools you already have at home. Now we're going to go ahead and get into this, and we're going to talk a little bit of a few methods beforehand, and then I'll show everyone how easy it is. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe button is down below. Go ahead and hit it. Smash the like button because it helps the channel out. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started on today's video. So before we begin, I just want to explain that we're not going to be using any fancy tools here. We don't have a stretch belt installation tool or any of that. If you have one of those, great, you can use it, not a problem. But I'm going to show everyone the common way to do it like you would at home. All we need is a screwdriver, a flathead, preferably like a medium-sized one, and a 21 millimeter socket and ratchet that goes along with it. I use a 3/8 ratchet with an adapter and 21 mil socket, just my preference. You could just go 1/2 inch all the way, whatever you prefer. Key takeaway, this engine rotates clockwise. If you're watching this video for any other vehicle, make sure you know which way your engine rotates naturally, because if you spin your engine the wrong way, you could be causing some damage. So you just want to be very careful. I know some people may watch this as a guide for other Fords or other vehicles because it's going to be a good example, but just fair warning. Another warning on this application, watch out for your fingers. Since we're only using our hand to guide it on the crank, you can get your fingers stuck or hurt your hand if you jam it up in that crank sensor as it rotates up if you're not paying attention. So be warned, I'm not liable if that happens to you. And the last and final thing, as far as a warning, I guess I could say, is that there are several methods. They make tools to install these belts. A lot of people on YouTube will use zip ties. I have used zip ties before. Actually, I love using zip ties as an installation method. I would not do that on this application because, as you'll see in the video, there is a little tone wheel that is behind the crankshaft, and there is a crankshaft sensor that sits on the side of the block. If you run a zip tie through that and you tighten it to hold the belt on track, and one of those little tone wheels bends, because this is going to be under quite a bit of pressure, you're going to wind up breaking the tone wheel and damaging the crankshaft probably, because it looks like it's a one-piece design or possibly two-piece. I'm not exactly sure, but you'll cause more damage than it's worth. So do not use the zip tie on these 2 liters. Trust me, you will damage it and you will regret it. And it'll be a lot more than whatever the belt is going to be. Aside from that, one quick note in this video, you're going to notice that my passenger front wheel is already taken off, and you have to remove the inner liner on these particular vehicles to gain good access to the belt. So just a heads up, I won't be showing that. It's very simple. A couple bolts, a couple clips, it comes off. Pretty self-explanatory. So other than that, let me go ahead and show everyone how we do this. So we are looking at our crank pulley. Now there's typically a wheel liner here. I already went ahead and took that off. It's a few bolts, a few clips. I'm not going to cover that portion in this video. This is mainly to show everyone how to replace the AC belt. The cover is pretty self-explanatory. So on this particular Ford with the 2-liter, this one, it rotates clockwise on the crank. That's the way the revolutions work on the engine. I'm pretty sure that all of these should be about the same, but always check. But this particular one, the EcoBoost 2-liter, you rotate the crankshaft clockwise. Now you have 2 options of doing this. You can cut the old belt, but sometimes if your vehicle has, let's say, a different option for an AC belt, if you cut it, you may not be able to measure it. So what I generally like to do is I'll get the belt off without cutting it. Sometimes customers want to see the belt, and if you cut it, they think you're, breaking it. But my little thing that I like to do on these is I'm going to take my 21 millimeter socket with my ratchet. Now I've adapted this to a 3/8 ratchet on a 1/2 inch socket. You don't have to do that, just my preference. I'm going to take a screwdriver. I'm going to come in here from the back, and what I'm going to do is just simply get on here and just kind of guide that belt out of its loop on the crank. And once you get it to a certain point, I kind of pulled the screwdriver off early there, but right about there it's good. You can go ahead and just get the whole belt off, and it will literally come off just like that. And yes, it is that easy. It's not magic or anything. It's pretty simple and easy. So now that we have it off, if you guys are curious about the condition of the belt, You can see here it's pretty bad. Now this car got a compressor, a fairly new compressor. I guess they recommended the belts, but for some reason vehicle owner didn't do it then and there, so that's why I'm replacing it today. Alright, so we have our new belt. Now I like using Gates, so this is what I'm using. That's the part number. Again, 2-liter EcoBoost. Otherwise you can use whatever you prefer. This is just my preference. I've had really good successes with the Gates Micro V, and that's what this is. Now I'm a little bit of a, I guess you can say, crazy person. I like, so this is facing out so you can read it from the top like that. So that's how I'm going to choose to install it. Now to install this, what I have, and I kind of have it in the frame, is you can see our AC compressors right here. All you need to do is walk this belt on the AC compressor, so you just basically slide it through the frame and put it on our AC pulley. And then what we're going to do is come here, put it on our crank pulley about right there, just kind of line it up in the grooves if everyone can see that. And we don't really need a tool for this. I'm going to do this free-handed. I'm going to take my 21 millimeter once again, and what we're going to do is just kind of make this work for us like this. So if everyone sees that, just kind of held it into place and fed it through. Now the difficult thing is, I don't know if you saw that, it was kind of difficult to get it started because you really got to work this ratchet to get it going. Well, I had to cut the clip there because the fire truck actually was rolling by, not the ambulance. So sorry guys if that was loud, but I can't really control when they go on and off. But like I was saying, it's very difficult just to kind of get it started because you got to move the ratchet, you know, fairly quick and get this thing rotating to get it in there, and you're also fighting the compression stroke and everything else. But basically once you do that, you can see your belt is in line, everything is matching up. I check my crank pulley, make sure it's on there. I'm going to check here on my AC pulley, top and bottom, it's in the grooves, and it's just that simple. Your Strech belt is installed on your 2-liter EcoBoost Ford engine, particularly this case of Fusion. So there's no gimmicks about it. Yeah, you can buy the tool that you put on here. Yeah, you can use the zip tie method, you know, that, you know, some people like to use, and you'll probably see on some videos. And I should actually probably explain why. Let me grab my light here. The reason why I'm not using a zip tie method on this vehicle, if you notice here, we have this little wheel, and we have our crank sensor here and this wheel. That's a crankshaft sensor. That's the tone wheel for the pickup on the sensor. I don't want to put a zip tie through here, bring it down here, and then possibly bend one of those teeth and cause a misfire. So you got to be absolutely careful. That's why I didn't use a zip tie. This engine is fairly small enough where you can just kind of hold it into place. Just be careful when you do this. Make sure you only grab the outer part of the belt. Make sure your finger's not here, because you will wind up crushing it onto the sensor. If it makes you feel more comfortable, you can pull this crankshaft position sensor off. Make sure you mark it before you do, because this has a little bit of you know, adjustability to it. But if you just hold it off to the side like I did here, just work very carefully. Typically it's not too bad, just like you guys saw. It takes a little bit of experience, but you should be able to do this at home fairly easily. And if you need to go get the specialty tool, you can. Specialty tools work on removal and installation. However, I find that not one specialty tool works great on, let's say, this or that. So I typically use zip ties to install these Strech belts, or other means aside from the specialty tool, just so everyone kind of knows. So we are all said and done. It's that simple. You don't need a lot of fancy tools or anything. And the biggest thing that I want to say, guys, is watch your hands on this particular application. Strech belts are not really that horrible. They are just a regular belt that is just a little stretchy. Now, I'm not a fan of this concept, just give me a tensioner, but I can see where it can be, you know, easier to run a Strech belt because you don't need a tensioner or idler or anything like that. So it gives manufacturers a little bit more freedom, but it just makes repair a little bit more difficult, or a little bit more harder than it should be. But in this scenario, it's not that bad. So I just want to, you know, close it out, leave it at that. You guys seen it, not that bad. Pretty quick, simple, and easy. So like always, comment, like, and subscribe because it helps the channel grow. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next video.